Good morning and welcome to Iman TV in English Listen on Iman TV. And I thank you for joining us this morning for this live lesson. So I'm going to present to you some vocabulary review. It's actually a quiz, and I certainly hope that you will do very well on this. And then there is a grammar review, and then I'll present to you name of some diseases that God forbids if you get sick, that you can go to a doctor and complain about the health issues. And we're going to add to this every week and cover some common diseases in English and a sample conversation to go and talk to a nurse, to go to talk to a doctor. So you will do that. But you are starting with the name of diseases. And then we have grammar review at the very end, the review of tenses. So let's start our lesson with the review of what? Vocabulary that we studied before, but I put it in the form of a quiz or a test. These are the words. Please repeat after me together. Customer. It's actually plural. Customers. Thumb. Thumb. The TH is pronounced as what? You put the tip of your tongue between your teeth and say what? Thumb. Pinky. Pinky. Great. Great. Stuff. Stuff. Checkers. Checkers. Lungs. Lungs. Conversation. Now let me read these sentences. Then you'll go over these words again and see whether you know the meaning. And then you'll fill these blanks and find out whether you have the right answers or not. The first sentence. The blank in the supermarket are very friendly. Friendly means what? Very nice and sociable. Do the blank in this store spend a lot of money? I always use my blank for my fingerprint. Number 4. Another word for little finger is what? You put a lot of in that box. A lot of what? Smoking can cause different blank diseases. Omar wants to take a blank class this semester. Organic produce is blank for our health. Now let's look and fill in the blanks with the right word. So please repeat one more time. Customers. Thumb. Pinky. Great. Stuff. Checkers. Lungs. Conversation. Customers means what? People that they go and buy things from a store. Like if you go to Safeway, the grocery store, then you're a Safeway customer. Customer. Buyer. Thumb. This finger, this is called thumb in English. Thumb. You pronounce it with a TH. Thumb. Pinky. This little finger, small finger, this is another name for this is what? Pinky. Why they call it pinky, I don't know, but that's just the word. Great means very good. Stuff means what? Things. Checkers means what? People that they work in a supermarket and they help you, pay for things. Lungs, the organs that help us breathe. Conversation basically means what? Talk. Now let's see if you have the right answers. The blank in the supermarket are very friendly. Who are friendly? The correct answer is checkers at the super. You could say customers too. Both of them can fit here. Okay? You could say the customers in this supermarket are very friendly, or checkers in this customer are very friendly. Both of them will work. If you have either one of those words, you're right. Number 2, do the in this store spend a lot of money? For this one, only one word could fit, and that's what? Customers. Do the customers in this store spend a lot of money? Number 3, I always use for my fingerprint. I always use what? My thumb for fingerprint. Fingerprint means you put your finger there for legal document. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. The checkers and the supermarket are very friendly. Do the customers in the store spend a lot of money? I always use my thumb for my fingerprint. Number 4. Another word for little finger is pinky. Pinky. So you could say, this is my pinky. This is my little finger. You put a lot of in that box. You put what? A lot of stuff, a lot of things in that box. The smoking can cause different lung diseases. So let me read these sentences with correct completion. Another word for little finger is pinky. You put a lot of stuff in that box. Smoking can cause different lung diseases. Number 7. Omar wants to take a class in this semester. What kind of class? Conversation class. So if you live near an adult school or community college and you need to practice speaking, you can take a conversation class. Conversation class means what? A class that helps you practice speaking. Organic is what? Organic produce is great for our health because they don't have chemicals. It's good for our health. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. Omar wants to take a conversation class this semester. Organic produce is great for our health. Now let me read these words for the last time and then you'll move to another activity. Customers, thumb, pinky, great, stuff, checkers, lungs, conversation. Conversation. Now, our next part is the part that we have done before, but this is a review of different verb forms, okay? The present form, the past form, and the past participle form. Every time you talk, you use these words. They are used a lot in speaking, and they are used a lot in written form. So in speaking, you need to be able to use the correct pronunciation. In writing, you have to be able to use the correct spelling, okay? So that's why we are reviewing and going over them over and over and over again so that you can remember them. So these are the words. Please repeat after me together. Do, draw, dream, drink, drive, eat, fall, feed, feel, fight. Do, the past tense is what? Did. The past participle, I'm sorry, so we will give you the past participle. But for draw, the past form is what? Drew. For dream, two forms. You could say dreamed or dreamed. Both of them are correct. And then we have drink, past tense is drank. For drive, drove. For eat, ate. For fall, fell. For feed, fed. For feel, felt. And for fight, fought. The past participle, so do, did, done. Draw, drew, drawn. Dream, dreamed, dreamed. Drink, drank, drunk. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Feed, fed, fed. Feel, felt, felt. Fight, fought, fought. Now, please repeat after me these words again, and then you will move to the sentences. Please repeat. Do, did, done. Draw, drew, drawn. Dream, dreamed, dreamed. drink, drank, drunk, drive, drove, driven, eat, ate, eaten, fall, fell, fallen, feed, fid, fid, feel, felt, felt, fight, fought, fought. So these are the sentences here, and we need to choose the correct word with the correct form. I will read the sentences first, as usual. Harold blank a glass of orange juice every morning. Number 2, Sarah a very good picture of the Bay Bridge yesterday. 3, Sima a stick shift car yet last month. Umaid is homework every night. Because Atta doesn't blank at all, he sees a psychiatrist. It's actually a psychologist. Psychologists and psychiatrists are two different people. So, for the first one, Harold drinks a glass of juice every morning. Because of every morning, you have to say drinks. Sarah drew a very good picture of the Bay Bridge yesterday. Because of yesterday, you make it what? Drew. Sima, a stick shift car last month. Drove a stick shift car last month. You don't need that yet in the sentence. Umaid is homework every night. I believe he does. He does his homework every night. Because Atta doesn't at all, he sees a psychologist. He doesn't dream at all. So if somebody doesn't dream, means something is wrong. At least that's what psychologists say. I don't know. Let's go to the next page. Ali doesn't. Well, he wants to leave early. Joanne, her baby, every 4 hours. Afghans, the British Army a long time ago. John is lunch now. Mahmoud down yesterday and hurt his elbow. Now let's see if you found the correct answers here. Ali doesn't well. He wants to leave early. He does what? The correct answer is Ali doesn't feel well. If you don't feel well, it means you're sick. Like today, I don't feel well. Every few minutes, I feel like I want to cough. My throat itches. I don't feel well. So feel well means what? You don't feel healthy 100%. Number 2, Joanne, her baby every 4 hours. Joanne what? Feeds her baby. So feed means to give food to. If you have a little baby, we need to feed the baby because they cannot eat by themselves. Animals, we feed the animals. If you have a dog or a cat and you buy special food, you feed that. You go to a nursing home where there are senior citizens there and they are sick and so they cannot eat by themselves. So the nurses or family members do what? They feed them. They put the food in the spoon and they put in their mouth. That's feed. Afghans, the British Army a long time ago, fought the British Army. So fight, fought. John is lunch now. You could say what? John is eating his lunch now. Mahmoud fell down and hurt his elbow. Let me read these sentences with correct completion. Ali doesn't feel well. He wants to leave early. Joanne feeds her baby every 4 hours. Afghans fought the British Army a long time ago. John is eating his lunch now. Mahmoud fell down yesterday and hurt his elbow. So that concludes the verb form. Now we go to the name of diseases. There are more diseases, and you ask the question, what is the matter? Means what? What is wrong with you? What kind of disease do you have? What kind of a health problem do you have? And then the person tells you what is the problem. Here is a question. Here is what? The picture. What do you think is this picture? What is the matter here? What do you see? Huh? What's your answer? What is the matter? He has sinus problem. Sinus. This area of the nose, this area, it's called sinus, this area. So if it hurts, you feel dry, then what? You have sinus problem. Okay? So sinus. Please repeat. Sinus. Sometimes when you have cold repeatedly for a long time, you develop the sinus problem. This part of your face hurt, so you need to go to the doctor. You can get help. Sinus infection can be serious. Sinus. So this part, if it hurts, you need to see a doctor. Repeat, please. Sinus. What about this problem? What is the matter here? They look at their blood, they want to test that. It's called what? Diabetes. Diabetes. This is the blood disease, right? The sugar, the blood sugar. Diabetes, you could say what? She has diabetes, or she's diabetic, okay? She's diabetic, or she has diabetes, okay? That's the name of the diseases. Diabetes or diabetic. She is diabetic and she has this problem. Diabetes. What about this problem? That you know that there is swelling on the cheeks here. It's very painful, fever. Usually kids get it. What do you call that? So what is the matter here? The matter is what? He has mumps. Mumps. Okay? Mumps. Please repeat. What is the matter? He has mumps. Mumps. Look at this picture. What is the matter here? Look. He has what? Emphysema. Emphysema is a lung disease that's caused by smoking cigarette. So those of you that you're smoking, please remember, people that smoke, most of them develop this emphysema. It is a lung disease. It's really, really bad. Painful. You get, short breath, and it is just kill people very slowly. It's not good. So the best thing you can do is what? Stop smoking, not to get emphysema. So what is the matter? He has emphysema, or that's the word here. What is the problem here? What is the matter here? He has measles. It's a skin disease. You can see these red spots on the skin. It could be all over the body, on the palm of one's hand, in the body here, in the arms, in the back, in the chest. It's called what? Measles. Okay? They're all vaccines for this. For kids, that they get this. Or also adults gets it. Please repeat. Measles. He has measles. What about this situation here? What is the matter here? Any guesses? It's another lung disease. It's called, he has tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, and the short form is what? TB. He has TB. That's also caused because of what? Smoking, but there are a number of other causes for that. Tuberculosis is the name of the disease, or TB. A lot of people in Afghanistan and Asia have tuberculosis. It's a lung disease. It can easily go from one person into another. It's very contagious. Remember, we studied the word contagious. So if in this country somebody has tuberculosis, they usually put them in quarantine. Okay, what about these people? What is the matter here? They have what? They have migraine. Migraine is a kind of what? Headache. It's on one side of the head. So it's called what? Migraine. It's a kind of headache. So please repeat. What is the matter? He has migraine, or she has migraine. Migraine. What about this one? What is the matter? It's a disease that's caused by a mosquito that bites the body, and then you get fever, you get chills, and ache all over your body. That's called what? That's called Malaria. Malaria. She has malaria. You see the lady over here and the baby over here? They have what? They have malaria. And countries like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Asia, mostly Korea, China, that they have these mosquitoes, they can easily give you what? Malaria. And it can kill. So one has to be careful. Malaria. What is the matter with her here? What is the problem? She's what? She's dizzy. Or she has what? Dizziness. That your head spins. It can keep your balance. You're dizzy. Please repeat. What is the matter? She's dizzy. Or she has dizziness. Dizziness. Dizzy, dizziness. Excuse me. What is the matter here? This is a kind of what? This is a kind of terrible eye disease. It's called glaucoma. So she has glaucoma, or he has glaucoma, that could lead to blindness. So one has to be very careful that after a certain age you have to check with your doctor and check specifically for glaucoma. Please repeat. What is the matter? She has glaucoma. Glaucoma is the name of the disease. So here is the list of the words that I taught you today. So please repeat after me together. Sinus. Sinus. Diabetes. Diabetes. Mumps. Mumps. Emphysema. Emphysema. Measles. Measles. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. Migraine. Migraine. Malaria. Malaria. Dizziness. Dizzy. Dizziness. Glaucoma. Glaucoma. One more time, please. Sinus. And if you want to make it plural, you could make it sinuses. Okay? But sinus. Diabetes. Number 3, mumps. Number 4, emphysema. Number 5, measles. Number 6, tuberculosis. Number 7, migraine. Number 8, malaria. Number 9, dizziness. And number 10, glaucoma, the eye disease. So I will test you on this next time, so get ready. Now what we have is what? A review of grammar and grammar tenses. It's a very short part, and we're going to do that. So what we have here is I taught you how to change the form of the words depending for what tense you use it. Like here, we're going to see how you can change when you add the ing for present progressive tense. How do you change the spelling of the word? So for put, you make it what? Putting. But there is a rule. Because put, you see U is a vowel, and it's between two consonants, P and T. So when you put the ing, before you put the ing, you have to put the double T. Okay? So make it double T. You make it putting. Fax, faxing. Here, you see that it's not double X. So this verb is what? An exception. That rule that if a vowel comes between two consonants, you double the final consonant. It's true with most verbs, but not with the verbs that ends with X. Well, if it ends with X, you don't double it. You just add the ing. So faxing is just one X. Drive, driving. Here the rule is what? Before you add the ing, if there is a silent E, you drop that. So drive, you don't pronounce the E at the end. So that's why you need to drop it when you add the ing. Meet, see, double consonant, double vowel, so you just add ing. Meeting. Bake, the same rule as number 3. If there is a silent E, you drop it and you add ing. Baking. And then ski, you write it skiing, and die gets a totally different what? Spelling. So IE changes to Y, and then you add ing, it becomes dying. Shut is another example like number 1. So you make it double T, shutting. Although this is SH, but SH makes one single sound, the sh sound. So it becomes shutting. Copy, copying. Do, doing. Please repeat after me together. Put, putting. Fax, faxing. Drive, driving. Meet, meeting. Bake, baking. Ski, skiing. Die, dying. Shut, shutting. Copy, copying. Do, doing. Then we also need to look at the simple past form of these verbs, which are what? Some are regular, some are irregular. Let's see if you remember them. Put, the past tense is what? Put. For fax, the past tense is what? Faxed. It's a regular verb. You put ed. Drive, the past tense is what? Drove. It's irregular. Meet, the past tense is what? Met. Which is what? Also irregular. You make it one E and you change the pronunciation. See? The first one is what? Meet. E. The second one is what? Met. A. Bake. Baked. Ed. Ski. Skied. Ed. Die. Died. Because E is there, you just put D. Shut. Shut. Copy. Copy. And the rule was what? That you change Y to I and you add ed. Is because before Y you have what? You have a consonant. And do, did. So please repeat after me together. Put, put. Fax, faxed. Drive, drove. Meet, met. Bake, baked. Ski, skied. Die, died. Shut, shut. Copy, copied. Do, did. On this slide, I put all these 3 forms all on one slide, side by side. So I want you to look at this and repeat after me together. Put, putting, put. So you get put, the simple form, putting, the progressive form, put, the what? The simple past form. Fax, faxing, faxed. Drive, driving, drove. Meet, meeting, met. Bake, it should be baking, baked. So there should be ing. Ski, skiing, skied. Die, dying, died. Shut, shutting, shut. Copy, copying, copied. Do, doing, did. So all what I want you to do is what? Pay special attention to 2 things here. Is the verb regular or irregular? That makes a difference in the using past form. So if it is irregular, then you have to just basically memorize the word. If it is regular, you put ed, but there are rules for when you put ed. What do you change? What do you not change? What do you make it double, like and for example, there are words that you make it double when you put ing, for example, putting, and so forth and so on. So you need to keep all of this in mind so that there are a lot of irregularities in language. In this way, when you use it orally or when you write it, you do not make mistakes. Okay, at this point, I will stop and we will continue from here next session. But for now, I'll stop here. If you have any questions, because the lesson is live in the studio today, you're welcome to call. You can ask your question in Farsi, you can ask your question in Pashto, and I can answer it for you in Farsi, Pashto, or English. Okay? بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز ما به همینجا به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. اگر کدام سوال یا پیشنهادی راجع به پروگرام داشته باشین یا سوال راجع به درس امروز داشته باشین، شما میتونین که سوال خدا با ما در استودیو مستقیما مطرح بسازین و ما بسیار خوش میشیم که بتونیم سوالات شما را جواب بگوییم. شما میتونین که سوالات خدا به فارسی یا به پشتو و یا به انگلیسی از ما پرسان بکنین و ما میتونیم که با همین سه زبان با شما جواب بگوییم. بر ترتیب اگر تلفن شما نبیاید، دیگه ما از استودیو خود رفتم، اما باز هم ما هر وقت شما سوال داشته باشین شما میتونین که از ما سوالتان مطرح بکنین. نمره تلفن ما بروی صفحه تلویزیون است و ما همیشه به خدمت شما هستم. بازم شما تشکر میکنم. شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. تشکر.
سبحانك يا من لا شريك له سبحانك يا